And we are live once again. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Prince Magnum channel where hot rodding and romance do coexist. I'm your host, Prince Magnum. Welcome to In Your Face. And in today's In Your Face, we are going to be we're doing yet another live stream to kind of help you guys stretch your food supplies. I never thought in a million years I would be doing lives like this on how to get us through this whole mess. Hey, what's going on, Sean? Welcome to the live, buddy. Good to see you. Um, if you guys remember last week, we did a live stream on how to make your own refrigerator sour pickles. In today's live, we're going to be doing a sweet version of those. No, I haven't had a chance. I haven't had a chance to listen to that song. Uh, would you give that name of the song again, real quick, Sean? So we are, yeah, it's in St. Francis County, two confirmed cases. So it won't be much longer that I will probably be one of the next ones that's going to be under quarantine. So already I'm sitting there like, well, we got to do as much as we can here to kind of prepare for that moment when none of us are able to go to work. So I knew this was coming. I knew this was coming. Okay, thank you. No, you're not running away, Harrison. Okay, I knew that was coming. I knew St. Louis had. Okay. Yeah, I'll have to take a look at that. Okay. Now we're gonna yeah, you don't run off, Harrison. You might need to know some of this stuff, buddy. Um, Now, real quick, during these hard times, again, this is a way to stretch your food, to keep produce to last a little bit longer. And some of the next ones yeah, I think a lot of people are getting scared. Um, it's the reality has finally hit. It took them a little bit. Harrison, no, you don't. You stick around, buddy. uh, because I'm going to tell y'all right now, as it gets even tighter, okay? To give you an idea, um, because you all know that I work as a McDonald's maintenance man, okay? And knowing that I'm a McDonald's maintenance man, I need more light in here. Knowing that I'm a McDonald's maintenance man, currently right now, um, to give you an idea, McDonald's has actually given a you can't see? Okay, we're gonna be don't worry, right now I'm just kind of standing here talking about current events and getting y'all caught up to speed with some stuff that I know. Thank you, Harrison. Okay, buddy. Um, the McDonald's, because I work for McDonald's right now, is beginning to start rationing their stores. Along with rationing their stores, because and I'm talking like on like the hand sanitizers and things like that, just same as before. Along with all of that, because of the shortages around the country on just about everything, you need a booster. You're awesome, buddy. Uh, because of the shortages around the country, most people don't know this. McDonald's actually buys their chicken 2 years in advance, and this is kind of being kept out of the news, so you guys get the inside track. McDonald's has actually, so people can have the food on the shelves in the grocery stores. McDonald's has pushed back, said basically, we know we're supposed to get that, this shipment, but take care of make sure that gets to the shelf. So basically, they have pushed back their chicken order in hopes that we'll have it on the shelves. No, no, it's actually true. So to give you an idea, um, you know, there was just that movie. I'm not, I'm not. Um, we're going to start seeing a lot of other restaurants do the same thing. Uh, and it won't be much longer. Well, it's just affecting the chicken side of it. Don't know how much longer the beef side of it all is going to hold out. We'll wait and see. Okay. Myself personally, when it comes to McDonald's, I'm a burger kind of guy. Why would you go for chicken? Anyhow, burgers and fries. Anyhow, and in this live, we are going to do some comfort food because I know as the quarantines continue, we're gonna do something. She's at work right now, and you'll understand why. We are going to be doing a sweetened pickle today, and I'm gonna surprise y'all at the end of this. We're gonna do chili cheese fries. Because I know a lot of us still want that sort of stuff. We're gonna do chili cheese fries today, so you can all have your fast food, but you can make it in your own kitchen, okay? Because I know I've been around so many cleaning chemicals, and that's not a joke. That even I've had y'all getting this too from all the cleaning chemicals and everything. But we're gonna do chili cheese fries, so you guys have because I know everyone still wants their don't worry, I'm not sick. I did sleep an awful lot today. Of course, I've been really tired lately from everything going on. I'm just exhausted. Well, no, McDonald's doesn't have those. We're going to do this old school diner style, okay? Don't cough on my fur. Don't worry, it's just sinuses. This is also about time of year where the weather changes. Uh, when the weather changes, I start coughing up a lot of stuff. This is normal for me. But on top of that, because I've been around so much as far as cleaning chemicals, uh, uh, it's not uncommon that during this time I'll actually get a sore throat and be unable to talk and things like that. Crinkle cut. No, I didn't grab any crinkle cut. They were out of those at the moment. Yeah, no, pollen. So you guys know what's going on. All right. The same exact pot that we used in the last live, if you all remember, is right here. Along with that, the same exact ingredients from the last time we did pickles. I'm sorry. I got what I could though. But in a nutshell, the same exact stuff. Matter of fact, the same type of cucumber that we got last time. The same jalapenos, okay, from the last time. The only thing that changes is the proportions change, and you guys will see that and how by changing those proportions will depend on what kind of pickle we end up with, okay? But it's the same ingredients, really. Oh. So, as with last time, where the heck? Okay. Like last time, this did not change. 1 cup of water. That shouldn't surprise you. In the last live, we used vinegar too, in the last one. But we used a cup of apple cider. It's Henri. We used a cup of apple cider and a half a cup of red wine vinegar. And this one, we're just using a cup of apple cider. So already we're starting to see some minor changes, okay? Just like last time. We're going to use just a pinch of kosher salt. Just a pinch. Now, for those that do not know, kosher salt is a little bit different than your your regular table salt. you'll actually find that the granules are a lot thicker and it doesn't have iodine in it. This is why we use it. See, I love Harrison. He's so great to have in your life. Okay. Um, you'll find that the granules are actually a little are thicker. This does not have iodine. The iodine, for whatever reason, likes to mess with my heart. So instead of getting like the salt substitutes that I have no idea what is in it, I use regular kosher salt, and it does not mess with my heart like like the salts with iodine. Along with that, you guys are also familiar with whenever I use the Hawaiian black salts, and of course the pink Himalayan salts. Now you can usually get the pink Himalayan salt in a lot of your health food stores, and I think you can still get this in Walmart. This you can also get in Walmart. Now you'll notice that it brings on a different flavor. Basically, the reason why they're colored is because of the minerals from where it was mined. Exactly. So you guys, Princess Faye actually prefers the flavor of the black Himalayan. Myself, I like the pink. All of them very good. And if you could still get your hands on it, we've got to replenish our supply. But you could still get a sea salt grinder from your local Dollar Tree. $1, and this is full of sea salt. Now, I only use sea salt when I'm wanting to impress people, because a lot of times the flavors of the sea salt can get a little bossy and kind of overtake something. There probably is. There's different mineral salts from around the world, and all of them bring on their own exact flavors. So that's one of the reasons why I like to have those on hand. Yep, same as mine right here. So, uh, and of course, these are the reason why I keep these salts on hand is because, because table salt having the iodine, and on top of that, when I have to pinch, one of the things I love about kosher salt is it's real easy to control, whereas with table salt, it's not so easy to control. So it allows for a better control when I'm doing pinches. Hey, the Bass Show family. Thank you for joining the live. We're doing some pickling to kind of help stretch and show how to stretch our food supply. All right, now we have already added a cup of water, a cup of cider vinegar, and now again, and a pinch of kosher salt. Now, to go along with this, I have here literally a cup and a half of sugar. Okay, now that's the big departure. That is the big departure from last week's pickles, where we used only a half a cup. So again, this is a sweet pickle as opposed to the sours. Okay, now I know that seems like an awful lot of sugar to have to melt down in here, but once this comes to a boil, it will, the sugar will dissolve. And ironically enough, hey, what's going on? Mr. Sketch Scars himself from Sketch Squad TV. Be sure to check him out. A dear friend of mine and a partner. All right, and along with that, we've added a teaspoon of mustard seed, well, half a teaspoon of mustard seed and a half a teaspoon of celery seed, whereas last time we used an entire teaspoon, okay, of celery seed and mustard seed. Hey, Auntie Donna, welcome to the live. Welcome to the live. We got a lot of people here on the live today. We got, from what I can see, we have a total of 6 people in chat. Oh, yeah. Galaxy is looking for Princess Faye, and because she got used to her being home for the last couple of days. Yeah, I noticed it's your first time here. Thank you so much. We have been trying to go live every day and do something positive during this time. Thank you so much, Mr. Sketch Scars, Mr. Jammin' John of Sketch Squad TV. On his channel, he is definitely known as Sketch Scars, but anytime he's here on the Prince Magnum channel, he will always be Jammin' John to us. His own special nickname here on the channel. Now, again, this is important that we bring this to a boil, and a pot that isn't covered, takes longer to boil. So we want this to come to a boil. Now, once this comes to a nice rolling boil and all of the sugar is dissolved, we will then, hey, A&R, what's going on? Man, wow, a lot of people showing up today. Thank you all so much for joining the live. So as I was explaining, we have been trying to go live just about every possible day. Oh, thank you for checking out the magic show. We have been trying to do something every day to help everyone stay positive through these dark times. Okay, so this is our attempt to make a difference, and as we continue to try to make a difference, and trying to help people from today's urban survival is focused on, even if you don't do this, okay, at least you'll have more knowledge than you did before. So if you do decide to do it, maybe you're under quarantine during these tough times. If that's the case, it will give you something to do. It'll help you stretch your food supplies. It'll at least make it feel like you're fighting back in this whole mess. So believe me when I say, well, A&R, when you left the other day, I had changed it over, as you were leaving. I didn't know if you were still in, but yes, thank you. Because I know a lot of folks, whenever you see the blue wrenches, these are people that have been in here for a good while watching my back. We don't get much in the way of trolls, thank goodness. Usually the trolls that we usually get won't say anything, okay? And I know who it is. I know who the one troll is that I keep getting. I know who he is, and I will say right now, he knows that I know who he is. I know where this joker is, and this is a guy that, we all seen him pop into the live the other day, and I've warned him, if he continues to keep trying to mess with us. Right, you keep getting, but see, with me, I guess I'm just kind of fortunate that because we focus so much on the positive, especially nowadays, a lot of people just don't feel right being trolls, and thank goodness for that. All right, poor Auntie Donna, she keeps getting them regularly. Poor gal. But as this comes to a boil, what we are going to do with our ingredients, and again, we will go over them again because we've been covering a lot of ground in this live. We will turn, as soon as this comes to a rolling boil, and no, it's somebody else. It's somebody else. You guys remember that dude, the guy I told you about that, lost his original channel for beating a cat on a camera? Well, actually today we're doing some refrigerator pickles. Last week we did sour pickles, which Princess Faye has already started. Yeah, that's it. That was in Urban Survival #1. And in this week, we're going to do sweet pickles. Now, the reason why we're going to do the different pickles, #1, what's your flavor? And #2, very importantly, what do you have on hand? So depending on what you have available might depend on what kind of pickle you're going to make, okay? Because during these dark times, we don't know. Now, again, let's review what is in our sweet pickles for today, which basically I've got 1 full cucumber in this jar. We're going to be oven baking our fries. Today. And in this one, we've got a total of about 4 jalapeno peppers. We're going to basically turn these into kind of a sweetened jalapeno pepper. And yes, that is possible. All right. So once this comes to a boil, again, we're going to shut this off. And because of the seasonings and everything in there, we want this to kind of, if you will, we want it to to give the chance for those seasonings to open up, kind of, the flavor pack to open up and give us a little bit that bam that we're looking for when it comes to our pickles. All right. Again, what do we have in here? good old, good old Harrison. What we have right now is in here is 1 cup of water, 1 cup of apple cider vinegar, a half a cup of sugar. I'm sorry, 1.5 cups of sugar. That was last week. 1.5 cups of sugar, a pinch of kosher salt, a half a teaspoon of mustard seed, and a half a teaspoon of celery seed. Now, if you remember last week, the sours got 1 cup of water, 1 cup of apple cider vinegar, a half a cup of red wine vinegar, a half a cup of sugar, 2 teaspoons plus 2 tablespoons of kosher salt, 1 teaspoon of mustard seed, and 1 full teaspoon of celery seed, and 2 cloves of garlic per jar. So that is the difference. So depending on what you have available to you in your local grocery store or even your local Walmart or whatever you got available to you will definitely depend on what kind of pickles you might make. Or if you're fortunate enough, like we got fortunate to do a lot of our shopping, kind of as all this was really starting, and when everyone was all focused on paper products, we focused on food products before I had a chance to get that bad. So thank goodness for that. Okay, right now, currently, I see, and maybe my mods will be able to see better than me. Currently, I see 7 in the chat and a total of 8 likes. So you guys did too. You got, you seen it happening. All right, so now we are just about where our sugar is nearly completely dissolved. Now, bear in mind, if at any point that, wow, we got a total of 9 likes. Now, thank you guys so much. So that's what we're going to do with this. Now, our sugar is, for the most part, pretty well dissolved. Basically, I'm going to start my timer for the next 4 minutes. Okay. Wow, a total of 10 likes. Thank you guys so much. If for some reason that we don't think that, this is going to basically, that's going to fill all of my jars, do not panic. You can add a little bit of water, which we will do as it starts to cool down. We'll add just a little bit of water to this, kind of stir it around real good. Wow, a total of 11 likes. Thank you guys so much. We're going to add a little bit of water to this, kind of, make sure that we have just enough to submerge our pickles, which we won't need a whole lot. We just got to submerge these just like we have to submerge these. So we should be okay, but we could top that off as need be. Now, I know right now drinking water is becoming short supply. A lot of people are buying are beginning to buy up all the bottled water. If you could get your hands on one of these, okay, be a big help. There's a charcoal filter inside here. It'll help filter this out. So what you're going to do is you're going to run this through the charcoal filter, get all of the other impurities out, and you can easily boil this. And you could do this in any order. Just be careful putting hot water in here, okay, because you'll melt the pitcher. And you guys got that too. And what that will do is that'll give you your purified drinking water that will, because everyone's all worried about, trying to buy up all the drinking water. Yes, we've got that, but we've also got this, so that will help get us. Thank you so much, Jam and John, who actually showed me some techniques on how to grow the Prince Magnum channel. So you got the same one. You know exactly what I'm talking about. So if everybody, if you're in your area, as long as you have the municipal water supply, you can still make your purified drinking water. It's not going to be as good as the stuff you're going to get from the store, but it'll get you where it's safe to drink. So while everybody else is still panicking, we are still in business, okay? So be sure to pick that up. Let everybody else panic on the drinking water thing, okay? We are rocking and rolling. All right. So we have covered a lot of ground. My goodness. All right. We got about a minute 20 on our pickle brine, because that's what it is. And real quick, while we're talking about this, I'm going to go ahead and grab the pickles from last week, okay? Which these are definitely pickles. Princess Faye, as you can tell, Princess Faye has already gotten into this jar and has already ate up some of the pickles in here. She loves them. She's like, you are definitely going to be making more of these. These are the best pickles you have ever made. And I do appreciate her saying that. Now, I will tell you all a little secret while we're waiting, on the home stretch of this. When these are gone, you can put the pickle brine back in to your pot, bring it to a boil, and immediately shut it off, okay? And you can reuse this as many times as you want. And if you're making a homemade vinaigrette, vinaigrette, you could swap this out in the vinaigrette and use, instead of just using regular vinegar, you can use this instead for that vinaigrette and put it on salads or pasta salads. Oh my gosh. If you've never had, there we go. If you have never had one of your homemade pickle brines in place of your pasta, as part of a vinaigrette for a pasta salad, you are missing out. That is like just amazing, amazing. And of course, we made our pickled jalapenos from last week. Now these are a little bit different than the store bought. You'll notice that the hotness, it takes a moment, but it lingers around. It's not like your store bought. When you take a bite of one of those, it's like bam, and you're like, oh my God, this is really, really hot. This is a subtle hotness that creeps in and just stays with you for a long while. So that's one of the reasons why I like it. And we are going to be making a sweetened version, and we'll use these in next week's live. We are going to be using these today for our chili cheese fries. But now you guys know, and these are perfect for salad, homemade hamburgers. Ooh, we might have to try that. I got some hamburger meat, but we'll have to wait for another live stream for that. But anyhow, show you guys how to make a really awesome homemade hamburger. Thank you so much for the 12th like. You guys are amazing. Again, I am going to say it. The Prince Magnum channel has the best subscribers in the entire world. I am one of the luckiest content creators in the world. I have the best subscribers because we are the Maverick Nation. That's awesome. All righty. I need my funnel. All right, here we go. This is now to a point. Now I will tell you, because of the fact of the high sugar content in here, do be careful. Try not to spill this stuff, because if it gets anywhere, especially with a high sugar content in this batch, what it will do is it will be very difficult to get off your counter. It'll be very sticky, worse than spilling soda. Okay, woo, still good and hot. That's the way we want it. All righty. So do be careful. I mean, it's still going to happen. If you're like me, you're going to make a mess. I don't like the position of that funnel. If the weather will cooperate, we might do something car related later this week. And that's not completely submerged yet. That's pretty close. Pretty close. We'll top that off here in just a moment. Got those. And don't worry, I almost always use all of my pickle brine. And there we go. Now we have our sweetened pickles. Now these won't be pickles right away, okay? This will take up to a week for these to turn into pickles, okay? This is one of the reasons why when we get glass jars here at HQ, what we will do is we will take and save these, clean the jars, get the labels off and everything, and we will save these is just for whenever I make homemade pickles. Now, again, these pickles will also last about 3 months in the refrigerator, but most of the time, they only last about a month and a half to maybe a month, and that's not because they went bad. It's just because we ate them. Okay? Double check, make sure my chat is updating like it's supposed to. That's happened a couple of times. All right, so again, now what I'm going to suggest as these cool down, take the tops off and let them cool down a little while on the countertop. And that way, you're okay. All right, because if not, you could crack the jar. Okay, now let's get on. Okay, let's get on with the piece de resistance of the homemade chili cheese fries. And I was going to save this for kind of a special surviving romance. But honestly, Princess Faye will be home here in a little bit. So what we're going to, so basically she's going to have food to come home to. Okay. This is, I guess you could say in this urban survival situation that we now live in. Oh my goodness. We need some comfort food, and a lot of people love chili cheese fries. I know I do. Thank you so much for the total of 12 likes. Thank you guys so much. You guys mean the world to me. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to set our oven to 425 degrees. We're going to get out a half sheet pan or a cookie sheet, however you want to say it, and we're just going to lay some fries out on this, okay? I'm sorry. Think different. I do have the crinkle cut. I for some reason I didn't think we did, but we got the crinkle cut this time. All right, so we got lucky. For some odd reason I didn't think we did. Sorry about that. Me later for it. All right. So now, you know what the heck with it. I'm going to get these out of the way because I just need more room to work. So while the oven is preheating, we are definitely going to be looking at in one of the next lives. We're possibly going to be doing, I know we're definitely going to be doing doing up some bacon drippings, and of course we're probably going to make something with said bacon after it's done. Now I know I already hear some of you saying, "You're dang right, you're going to be doing something with that bacon." I already know, guys. But we need bacon drippings for later on down the road. Again, everything that I'm showing you guys right now in these lives will help your food supplies stretch, and along with helping your food supplies stretch, if you get in a situation, I know this is going to sound crazy, but if you get into a situation where maybe you're short of something, I know on Facebook right now, a lot of people have been going out of their way and, okay, I've got this, whoever's got an abundance of this, can we trade some of this? So now we're starting to see where people, the hoarders now who just spent all their money on paper products, are now in a situation where they're short of everything else, so they're now having to trade some of that stuff around, and if you can make your own homemade pickles, maybe there's a shortage where you're at, or you can make some of the other stuff, do things like that. That'll give you something that you could trade. I know that sounds almost crazy that we're thinking about doing something like that in such a modern age, but if you could do that, let me say right now, that is the way to go. All right. I know in one of the next slides, we're also, because one of my lady friends, she's not in here, Miss Kelly, has been talking about how she's not been able to go to Starbucks and things like that. We're going to be looking at making some specialty syrups, including your own homemade chocolate syrup. Yeah, we're going to look at that. All right. Again, thank you all so much for the 12 likes. You guys are amazing. You guys are amazing. I'm telling you right now. All right, I'm going to wipe this counter down. It does take a few moments. It does take a few moments for this oven to heat because, well, my oven sucks. I'm going to double check and make sure that my chat is still moving. Yes, it is still moving. Okay, good deal. Nobody said anything in a minute, so I was like, what? All right, so we got our chili. And if you are fortunate enough to make homemade chili, my hat's off to the chef, even though I'm not wearing one in this live. All right, so we're going to grab our bowls because once everything comes out, we're going to be rocking and rolling. All right, so we got our crinkle cut fries. Now, please be smart and don't use all of these at once, okay? If you can avoid it. If you got a family, you screwed. But this is a 2-pound bag. I can see a total of 9 people in the live right now. So I'm going to use about half a bag because Princess Faye and I, that should be good enough. Remember, during these hard times, ration where you possibly can. Do not be a glutton. And do not be wasting food. I've seen people that would just throw food out, and long before this, I'm one, no, you don't do that. If you can't finish it, save it. Okay, put it in the fridge, eat it later, whatever. And now people who've been doing that are like, I wonder how they're going to handle that, during these dark times. Because, I mean, there's shortages everywhere on everything now. All right, so again, we got half a bag where that goes back in, and we're going to try to save this for another live. Once our other pickles get a little bit closer, you guys will see where this is going. All right, so toss this in the fridge. Well, in the freezer. Oh. Make sure that we are all here still and that my chat is updating. All righty. So, as we're waiting for this, remember, we're just going to have to be extra careful not to waste any food during these dark times. Now, again, as we continue this shopping nightmare, let's see. I'm going to set out a third bowl and here in just a bit, I'll be firing up the coffee pot. Thank goodness that hasn't affected, that the coffee hasn't been hit. We are still in good shape. While we're waiting for the oven to preheat, how are you all holding up? How are you holding up during these times? Has the pandemic hit your area? Has it, how is it affecting you? Obviously, be careful because YouTube is starting to censor. They haven't really done so much with me, and I'm thinking that's just because I'm kind of lucky. Because what we're trying to do is trying to help. So I think YouTube hasn't really, really come at us But how are you guys holding up? I'm just curious about that. We got a total of 12 likes. Thank you guys again so much. And I can see a total of 8 people in the chat. This is amazing. I never thought that that my streams would, start gaining momentum like this. I know probably tomorrow. Whoa! You guys can see this a little bit better. Got to be careful with that light. I'm going to be blind. Blind. Come on, oven. Yeah, for those that do not know, my oven sucks. It really sucks. We're going to move that light back. That is hurting my eyes. I just wanted a little bit more light so you guys can see what's kind of going on. I've got one full bowl of chili here. Now, once these go in, hang on a second. I got to read the frickin' directions. Yeah, I read the directions. Oh, 20. All right. On the package, which I forgot to read, it's going to say that once these fries go in, it'll take about, 15 to 20 minutes. Knowing my oven, I'm going to say 16 minutes, and these will be just fine. These will be perfect, okay? So again, I did get lucky. Think different. Yeah, I'm sorry. We did get the crinkle cuts. For some odd reason, I didn't think we did. Thought we got like the regular, just the regular fries. Now, we can deep fry these if we want. But again, right now, we have to think of our health. And would deep frying be a good idea? And the answer to that is no. All right. So we've got in our half sheet pan. You can see how we're doing on fries. Now, again, if you got a family, the 2-pound bag will probably be used up by the whole family, especially if you've got teenagers, growing children, they're growing by leaps and bounds, okay? So because of that, their bodies are going to require more. So good luck, okay? Good luck. But this is how you do your own homemade chili cheese fries. And right now, I know a lot of you out there need some comfort food. For this, we are going to be using our pickled jalapenos that we made last week. And you guys are going to see how this turns out. Along with that, we have shredded cheese. Now, this is the real stuff. This is not the pre-shredded stuff. The pre-shredded stuff usually has like a cornstarch on it to keep it from sticking together from temperature differences and things like that during the shipping, because anything can happen. But along with that, the cheese, pre-shredded cheese just does not have the flavor as when you shred it yourself at home. There's usually only a few cents difference between them. So I will be honest with you, your best bet is go ahead and shred your own whenever possible, because cheese that stays in the block longer stays fresher longer, which means better flavor. And in these times, I'll be honest with you, I want my food to really taste good during these dark times. So especially right now. All right. So just kind of think along those lines where you can, again, we're back to, when you talk about, food preservation during these times, if you want it to last longer, you want to, shred, basically shred it yourself. Okay. If you want it to last longer, there's no nice way of putting it. We're now at that stage where I get to say convenience. Hang on here. I think my chat is not updating. Folks, I don't know if my chat has crashed or not. If I could get someone to say something like that. Someone has sent me a message. Yeah, that would be Jammin' John, who sent a message saying that the chat was not updating. There we go. I think. There we go. There we go. Yeah, the chat was just not updating. I'm so sorry, folks. Let me get caught up. International flight bans and everything. Okay. So, yes, I seen that coming. Ah, thank you guys so much. Thank you to all my moderators who've been keeping things rocking and rolling. Um, Third Gen 83 is here. Thank you guys so much. Hang on, Third Gen, you and I have been buddies for so long. I don't know why I haven't done this since the last one, but we're fixing that. There you go. You are now a moderator. Okay. Yep, we're in shape now. I can see you guys test it. Yep. 1 2 1 2. All right. We're in business again. Okay. For some odd my chat was not updating, and I had a funny feeling because I knew you guys were staying that quiet. I know sometimes that happens here on the channel. All right. So we hit 425 degrees in our oven. Probably. And immediately that goes in. Yes, Harrison, I did see that spot where you said clean up the kitchen. Who do you think does most of the cleaning in the kitchen? You guys are awesome. So we have covered a lot of ground. So it's starting to get rough where a lot of you are. And we do have 2 confirmed cases in St. Francis County where I live. So it is going to start. Hey, what's going on? Gavin John, thank you guys so much for joining the live. Again, for those of if you guys don't know each other, network, get to know one another, okay? Build your community. I mean, it's not like we haven't got time to get to know each other right now. As the quarantines continue, that's just going to be one of those things, right now we are looking at, this is a global pandemic, and what we are doing today, again, will help you stretch your food supplies. Harrison, you ain't scared nobody. I know better than that. You're one of the, Harrison, for those that do not know, Harrison Ford Universe is one of the guys that you definitely, he's got to be from another planet. Wouldn't have him any other way. He makes your chat very lively. Every time him and I've ever been in a chat together, we always have a lot of fun. Yeah, I was worried about that. Folks, this is for younger people, we see, the younger people seem to bounce back pretty doggone well. When you start getting up there in your years and any health issues that you have, yes. Sketch Cars, he's all the way out there on the East Coast. I know, and it's starting to hit us. We had basically what happened is we had a young couple that would not listen and do the thing that they were supposed to, and no large groups. They decided to host their wedding and have their wedding anyways, about 200 people. Well, a couple people came in to the Bonne Terre area where I live, and of all the things, they had that big wedding. I don't know how in the world they kept it quiet like that, because everyone's like, hey, do what you're told. Do what you're told. Well, now, when the article came out, when the article came out, they kept the couple's name out for good reason, because a lot of people are very angry. Very good, Sean. Please be careful, buddy. I don't want nothing to happen to any of y'all out there. So that's why we're taking, that's why we're doing what we're doing in this live, okay? Trying to help all of us, because if we can avoid going out, we can avoid getting sick to some degree. I mean, I got a funny feeling that all of us are going to get hit in this in some way, shape, or form. But all we could do is, a lot of people are very angry. They kept the people's names out of the article because there's already talk of Southern Justice, okay? And if you don't know what Southern Justice is, hey, what's going on? Third Gen 83. Now, guys, he doesn't exactly run a channel himself, having his own. They basically, even family gatherings, they wanted it kept very small. Okay, it's debatable. The people came in from out of town, didn't know they had it, but that's just the thing. Any one of us can be a carrier. A&R, you guys are awesome. Now, real quick, I'm going to tell y'all, hi, honey. Princess Feyru has joined the chat. My beautiful, lovely wife. Now, real quick. Thank you, Mr. Sketch Stars. Let me tell y'all, for those who do not know, Third Gen 83 is a guy who himself has a Maverick himself. He's had it for many years. If I remember correctly, it was his first car, and had what since like '81. Goodness gracious! And it's a gorgeous car. Even though he himself doesn't run a channel, he does have a couple of videos up of said Maverick. And let me tell you guys got to see this car. It is a beautiful, gorgeous Maverick. I hope the day comes that Project Spirit looks that good. Okay, telling y'all, it'll happen. It'll happen. All right. So we got about 10 minutes to go on our fries. When we get closer to the 5-minute mark, we're going to throw our chili in. About a minute in the Nuka wave, and then of course we've got our cheese over here and our homemade jalapeno pepper, pickled jalapeno peppers from last week. Okay, so if you guys can get your hands on it, of course, sour cream. You can put sour cream on this. Thank you, honey, for sticking around in the live. My wife lurking and making sure I'm not getting in any trouble, because I will. That's just the way it is. I need coffee. All righty. So again, we are going to be going live as much as possible every day during this crisis. Okay, we're going to continue to go live. Right. Well, we got more production on Project Spirit coming up. If the weather works with us, we're gonna do some work on her live, okay? If the weather permits, and the reason why we're gonna do that is again a lot of the focus on what you're gonna see in the course of the next couple of weeks as we continue to weather this storm is with urban survival. It's allowing us to kind of fight back during this mess, okay? You guys are making guacamole. We might have to try that. Right now, that seems to be one of the things. Guacamole, the avocados, the Hass avocado is still, you can still get plenty of them. And of course, there's even some life hacks that I have when dealing with avocados we'll definitely have to touch base on. We do have crinkle cut fries in the oven right now. We have some crinkle cut fries in the oven right now. We have a total of 9 that I can see in the chat. If one of my mods can tell me different, and a total of 12 likes currently. Thank you guys so much for being here with me. Okay, we are down to the 8-minute marker. And again, we went, one of the next slides, we were going to start looking at making our own homemade coffee syrups for those that cannot get out there, cannot get out and go to like Starbucks or someplace like that. Maybe your area is under quarantine. I also know there's also an excellent chance that that Mama Magnum is listening to the live. If you're listening, Mom, hi. Yeah. That's what we got. We got the crinkle cut. Here, I'll show you. Hang on here. Which means I gotta behave myself to some degree. If Mama Magnum's listening. There you go. Crinkle cut. Okay, that's what we got in the oven right now. We'll put those back in. All right. Harrison. So right now we are on the home stretch. We got about 7 minutes to go. I know y'all are dying to see this. Along with this, I'm gonna show you guys some really awesome tricks. I'm gonna say it right now. When you're dealing with potatoes, okay, potatoes, it doesn't matter if we were deep frying these or using the air fryer, or like right now we're doing the oven bake. Okay, when you're dealing with potatoes by themselves have kind of a dead flavor. You need a little bit of salt to make them taste like potatoes. Okay, so because of that, for some of you salt phobes out there, I'm going to say it right now. All right, your fries are dead. Okay, and if there's a hard, fast reason that you can't have it, fine. I totally get that. Thank you, A&R. I know someone said that there might have been 13. My chat's been kind of goofy. So thank you guys so much. Keep me posted on how we are doing because my chat is just being stubborn. Can't see how many is watching and don't know why. It's hard to say. So we are going to be using salt, and because this is for my dear loving wife, I already know what salt she'll want. I already know. Oh yeah, the black Himalayan. So we are going to use that this live. All right. Again, when depending on the recipe, depending on what's going on, if I'm looking to impress anyone, I will definitely go to my mineral salts. If I'm looking to impress, so say like my in-laws were over or something like that, I would definitely break out the mineral salts. Along with that, depending on the situation, if it was kind of a high fluid, obviously we can also use sea salts. But now I'll tell you, sometimes with the sea salts, though, the flavors can get a little bossy and kind of overtake certain foods. So that's why I don't use sea salt a whole lot. Nothing wrong with sea salt. But if I'm doing seafood, yes, definitely you want to go to the sea salts. If you're doing seafoods, believe me, that's the only way to go when you're doing seafood. All right, so we're now down under the 4-minute marker. So we're gonna go ahead and put our canned chili. Again, if you make homemade chili, that's even better. And my hat's off to the chef. But if you don't make homemade chili, that's totally fine too. The canned will work in this case. So we're going to go ahead and start that up. Maybe one of the next slides, we might try to make our own cheese sauce. Maybe like a fondue cheese that we can make just regular cheese fries. We might try that. That'd be fun, right, guys? Again. All right, make sure that things are still rocking and rolling. Yes, all messages are visible. Again, thank you all so much for being with me here in today's live. So, the reason why that, yep, we might have to do that during this crisis. We all gotta have a comfort food. That's a comfort food for us. Okay. And let's see. Ta-da! Now remember, this sort of stuff is made for add-ons. All right. We could easily have made homemade bacon bits, and yes, that is a thing. We could have made homemade bacon bits, and it would go with this just fine. Or we could make the homemade bacon bits for the cheese fries, and that'll be just as good. Along with that, we could easily, of course, we can add sour cream, obviously shredded cheese, pickled jalapenos, which, again, we've got those things. We can add whatever we want, obviously. We can even chop up some onion. Homemade cotton candy machine. I've done that before, and it is a pain in the rump, but it tastes really good. I mean, I love making cotton candy. I've done that a few times now, and We're all gonna give it this quarantine. You guys are awesome. Well, actually, what the irony of it is there's been some people saying, shoot, there's no food on the shelf at the grocery store and you can't go out to eat anymore. So I'm probably going to lose weight. And I'm like, I need a cotton candy. You guys are awesome. I could go. That would be good, wouldn't it? Anyhow, you guys, oh my goodness. Here we're talking about cotton candy. Y'all can make my sweet tooth act up. Nah. Yeah, we actually had one of my lady friends on Facebook was actually saying that she thinks she might get to lose some weight during this whole mess. And I'm like, I don't know. Oh, you definitely following the instructions, huh? Well, I appreciate that. Again, for those who've not checked out Mr. Sketch Scars, he was the one who taught me some the way to network, Witcher on Nintendo Switch Lite. Awesome. Mr. Sketch Scars was the one who showed me how to network, and that's how a lot of you ended up getting to know me. And of course, initially we were doing a lot of retro games during that time, but the DIY stuff has always been here on the Prince Magnum channel. And believe me when I say I am super, super grateful that we have continued the DIY stuff. I need coffee, guys. Maybe that's the problem. That's why I initially meant to do this live a whole lot earlier today, but doggone it, I was exhausted. I came home and I lied down. Oh, here, we can always do it like I do at work to let them know that they need to get their butts over there and check that dang oven. Here's how I do it. Oh, no! And they always do like, I hate it when he does that. All right. Whew. Honestly, I think these could go for about another minute. So we're going to set this. Actually, we're going to go 2 minutes. Remember, folks, oven opening is horrible. Every time you open the oven, you almost got to add 3 minutes to the time, okay? So be careful doing that, all right? All right, where's my spongy sponge? You need to get out one of my spray bottles and spray down the countertops with a little bit of bleach water, you know. There we go. And of course, again, for all of you out there who were watching last week's live, if you missed it, last week's In Your Face Urban Survival #1, we actually also made our own garlic oil, okay? Perfect for breads and things like that, for dipping your bread in, making garlic toast, obviously, adding to pastas. Uh-oh. Yeah, we're going to get these nice and crispy. Obviously, well, Princess Faye just told her boss she's not closing the store by herself anymore. There must be something interesting happen. So, all right. Along with that, I know at some point during this, we were also going to make our own homemade chicken stock, which is different than chicken broth. So we are definitely going to be doing that as well. We are going to stay, again, during these dark times, we're going to be looking at as much what we could do to stretch our food supply as much as possible during these dark times. And I will continue to go live as much as possible every day for you with you guys. We're gonna, we're gonna continue the message of hope. We're gonna stay positive through through this stuff. Okay. Woohoo! Where's my oven mitt? Now, folks, again, I know it's important that we remember to stay safe. Remember, the contents in this oven are hot. This is not. Let's keep it that way, okay? Harrison, I am not young anymore. Woo! Look at that steam on my glasses. All righty. You know what? I'm still not happy with that. Let's go another 2 minutes and we should be okay. And because we are doing this at home, we can make that decision, okay? That was one of the things that we did in Surviving Romance before this whole mess. We used to talk about doing a lot of home cooking, that dinner for two, or sometimes in a lot of cases, if you've got family. I don't worry, I didn't think I was yelling. I was just getting excited. I get excited and my voice goes up. It's just one of them things. But the thing of it is that, as we, as we get closer for all of this, I'm hoping this blows over soon because I'd like to get into car show season. We did all that work to Project Spirit and then, car show season and everything, probably going to be called off this year. And that's kind of a bummer because, Harrison, you hungry cuz. Wouldn't have you any other way, buddy. But if that is the case, then, again, the Prince Magnum channel is going to focus on us trying to remember to keep everybody positive, for everyone to, we need, I want y'all to come out of this, sane. I know eventually all of us are eventually going to get sick. Tell Mama Magnum you honored. As we continue to try to get through this mess, the big focus is that we just remain positive. I will tell you all, I'm not going to lie to you, okay? I'm not going to lie to y'all. Even I'm getting a little nervous. There we go. We should be good. We should be good. Oh, yeah. Yeah, those are all right. Good and crisp. Yummy. All right. Real quick. I'm going to say it right now. The best time to put salt on your fries is the moment that they come out. If you wait too long, the salt will just bounce off. So immediately get your salt on them. Don't talk them to death like I'm doing right now. Get that salt on there because the salt will dissolve. And of course, that's how you get the salt on the fries. As a matter of fact, that is the same thing you'll see in the fast food restaurants. Okay? That is actually a thing. And the moment those things hit that bin, they're immediately hitting them with the salt, right? Well, that's why. Because if you wait too long, the salt will just bounce right off. Okay, so don't talk it to death. Get it on there. All right. So now that we have done that, yeah, honey, it was the Black Himalayan. I don't know if you were listening to that earlier in the live. For those that do not know, Faye Rue, who is in the chat, is my beautiful, lovely wife. who has put up with me for a good long time. If you are not familiar with the Surviving Romance series, okay, that entire series is dedicated to her, okay? That is my ongoing dedication to her. Oh, okay, so you did, yeah, for good reason you did miss it. So, I'm going to take my spatula, take about half of the fries. Now, if you are not going to eat this right away, then do yourself a favor. Don't add the chili right away. I'm going to give Princess Faye a little bit more than me because I know she's going to be coming home from work and she's going to be ravenous, okay? I don't care. that's my bowl there. I don't care. All righty. Where's your fries? Harrison, you're not here for me to... If all of a sudden I hear a knock at the door, I know that's Harrison. Okay, so I'm going to whip mine up. About half. Again, proper portioning right now. Oh, I know you are, Harrison. I know you'll be not. I know that day will come when you'll be knocking on the door. I'll be like, who the heck is that? Oh my gosh, he's here. You know, that sort of thing. All right, so I'm going to set that aside. That'll be for Princess Faye. All right, now that we have all of this kind of coming together. I honestly believe that, Harrison. I believe that you would. And you know, I'd be glad to let you in. This is all said and done with. I hope to see get a chance to meet all of you. And that, you know, we can all sit down and have a nice meal together. That is my hope. That I get to meet every last one of you in the Maverick Nation and have the opportunity to sit down and we all have a giant meal together and have a good time. All right. So now we've got our shredded cheese on top of the on top of my chili cheese fries. And again, for those that were here with us last week in the last Urban Survival, you get a to-go plate. All righty. And there is our pickled jalapenos. Oh, I'm cooking? Okay, I will. You know I will. Check it out. There's our pickled jalapenos. And again, it's sour yet spicy. And it hits you, but it doesn't hit you all at once. It's a slow, subtle spice that kind of comes in and kind of grabs hold of you and lingers around a while. It's not like the store-bought stuff where when you get it, it just immediately hits you and it just, it's very hot. Stop making me. We're going to have to wait a little while, buddy. It's just one of them things that with everything going on, you know, I may not be able to come out to where y'all live at the moment and we can have a big meal and everything, but at least we can have a meal that, you know, that we all know how to make together through this crisis. Again, another one that we could do if it's available to you is, of course, diced onions would go great on this. Shoot, I've even seen people put goat cheese on this. So whatever you like, that's what you roll with in this. And so if you've been looking for your diner fix, now we have it. There you go. Check that out. Chili cheese fries, just like you would get in the diner, only we didn't deep fry it, which we have to do again. Green onion, always another great option. That's amazing. That is amazing. And of course, Princess Faye has hers waiting for when she gets home. Which is actually on her way home right the heck now. I'm going to go ahead and put the cheese and the jalapenos in a moment. Oh my goodness. Currently right now, I'm just waiting for my cup of coffee. Again, we learned, we did chili cheese fries in this episode because I think we could all use a little bit of comfort food. And again, as the days stretch on through this nightmare, the Prince Magnum channel will do its part every day to go live in some way, shape, or form and bring that message of hope and positive vibes into your home, wherever you're at. You guys doing the same thing, huh? That's awesome. And let me say right now, as we continue this, we will continue to go live. We will continue to bring as much the message of hope to your homes as much as we possibly can. You guys, again, let me say right now, you guys are my inspiration for going live like this every day to do something so we can at least feel like we're fighting back against this. Okay. Again, all of you mean the world to me. You guys are amazing. Yeah, I know a lot of people are out of work right now. I still have work, but my hours are cut back. Which, it's okay. As long as we get through this nightmare, I know that we're all going to get through this together. We're all going to get through this. We're just going to have to remain positive and, focus on what we can do through this entire mess. We are going to get through this nightmare. And as the Maverick Nation, we're going to get through it together. There's over 1,000 of us strong. Okay. That's a lot of us pulling together to get through this nightmare. And let me say again, I'm grateful for every last one of you. You guys, let me say it again. Okay. I, Prince Magnum, and I am the luckiest creator in the world. Okay. Because I have the best subscribers in the world. We are the Maverick Nation. You guys are amazing through and through. Okay. And I can't say that enough. You guys are the greatest. Comment heading towards. Yeah, that's just icing on the cake. But we're going to remain positive through this. All right. We are going to remain positive. I have I have full confidence that we are going to all make it through this mess. And again, now we also learned some more techniques to stretch our food supplies. As a matter of fact, the jalapeno peppers we pickled today, we're about to go belly up. So we actually have now stretched those an extra 3 months. Okay, so if you yourself are looking to stretch food, another one that you guys could do, like pearl onions, always good for pickling. We've actually pickled apples here on the Prince Magnum channel before. We pickled apples. Those don't last long, maybe a couple weeks, so you definitely want to use them up because they get kind of weird. I don't know why that is. It's just one of them things that they just don't last very long. Carrots, always good for pickling, okay? And either one of these recipes that we have used in Urban Survival will work with baby carrots or sliced carrots. Always an option, okay? Definitely consider that as an option for yourselves. Ooh, coffee's almost done. So again, any one of these recipes that we've continued to use here on the Prince Magnum channel, always a great choice. And of course, we are going to look at doing some pastas soon and kind of doing what we can, again, to look at the foods that we put on our shelves, to kind of stretch them as far as we possibly can, to make sure that, that we get through this crisis. Again, that's one of the big focuses here on the channel that we will be continuing to do. The good old Maverick Nation coffee maker. Yes. Yes. Actually, no, you're thinking of the little one. The little one finally pooped out. So we got a Mr. Coffee. We got a Mr. Coffee right now on the counter. And it's a lot bigger, but you're thinking of the little one that we used to use. Many cups of coffee, many videos. Yeah, yeah, we went through a lot of that stuff. So again, we're going to continue going live as much as we can. Now, I know tomorrow, depending on what the weather looks like, or actually more likely what Princess Faye feels like. I know tomorrow is Wednesday. We are probably going to go live, and we're probably going to be breaking out a very old game. And there's going to be a lot to learn in said old game. And it is not a video game. So during this crisis, if you want something to help kind of keep your mind occupied, depending on what's going on, this may definitely be an option for you. Believe me when I say this could always be an option for you guys. So that will definitely. Right now, we're just trying to get through this mess. We'll look at when this is all said and done with, when we all go to celebrate, we will definitely have to look at that. But right now, the big focus is us getting on the other side of this, surviving this mess. Okay, that's the big focus. And we mainly want to survive with our minds intact. So everything that we will be continuing to show will be all focused on a positive, basically trying to stay positive through this entire nightmare, I guess you could say. I need coffee. Mm. All righty. And let me grab a little milk. I've been craving a little bit of milk in my coffee lately. And if you've never seen, there's been times that I've actually, Jam and John had to do, he did like a 24-hour stream, and it was my iced coffee that got him through the hell out of that. My vanilla iced coffee, that was amazing. That's good stuff too. That's good stuff there. We might have to do that again. All right, folks, as we begin winding down, again, thank you all for being here with me. I hope that we have managed to bring bring some positive vibes into your home. You guys are awesome. You guys are amazing. Again, we will continue to go live at least once a day, every day, as much as we can. I know Saturday I'm probably going to take the day off, and it'll be loaded content that day. So regardless, we will continue to do as much as we possibly can throughout the week. Now, if I decide not to go live that day, maybe I'm just under the weather, again, because I suffer allergies and sinus drainage and things like that. If I do actually get sick, I will post to the community page here on YouTube that I'm sick, and if it starts becoming a problem, okay. So I will keep you all posted on me. I know by Thursday we will definitely be doing another Sober Talk live. We will definitely do a Sober Talk live at least once a week, and try to bring the positive message of Alcoholics Anonymous to you all. Because let me tell you, that seems to be the big one right now. Is everybody has really been enjoying the Sober Talk live. So we will definitely continue to do that. Again, I want to thank you all so much for being here. Make sure that there we go. Yes. Thank you so much. All righty. Let's go ahead and start going through who was all here with us. I know our good buddy A&R, thank you so much for being here in the live with us today. Sean Keating was also here in the live today. Think Different was here in the live today. Harrison Ford Universe was also here in the live today. Third Gen 83, another gentleman with a Maverick, was here in the live today. Auntie Donna, I know, was also here in the live today. Be sure to check every last one of us out. I think there was also the bass fishing family that was also here earlier with us. I don't know if they stayed with us the entire time. And so be sure to check each other out. Go to each other's channels, check each other out. You guys are amazing. You guys mean the world to me. Thank you so much again for being with us here on the live today. I know Princess Faye will be home here just shortly to enjoy her chili cheese fries, which, again, real quick, if your loved one is not going to be home right away, don't put them together right away. The fries will get soggy, okay? So just kind of keep them apart, and then when they get home, yeah, then put it all together and let them put their add-ons as they want, okay? So again, thank you all so much from the bottom of my heart for being here. Again, we will try to do something every day throughout this entire crisis, this global pandemic, and we will continue to try to bring that message of hope every day to you all. All right. So again, thank you all for being here for me, and thank you all for being, for us, again, the Maverick Nation coming together and staying strong for one another. All right. So that brings us to our usual spot. Again, for all of you out there, get out there and work on a project as much as you can during this time. Remember, idle hands and a creative mind go together like oil and water. If you have a sweetheart, sweep them off their feet. Do something special for them today. You might make them chili cheese fries. And as always, especially in these dark times, if no one out there has told you that they love you today, Prince Magnum does. God bless you and have a happy 24. Thank you.